Hello and welcome, my lovely Libras. Libra, your card in the tarot is the Justice card. Remember, this is an equalizing card, a consideration card. It is an adjustment card and not a punishment or a revenge card. All right, Libra, me being the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Clovers, my readings tend to focus on life, craft, action, nurturing ourselves and others, and using our will for the highest good and calling. All right, Libra, this is also your intuitive energy and card reading for the week of October 21st through 27th, 2019. Remember, time is merely a pretense. These could be past, present, or future energies and lessons. Also, this is for Sun, Moon, House, and Rising positions. Crosswatchers also welcome. But again, it is a general reading for Libra and still will not apply to all. And definitely thank you so much for your likes, subscribes, your comments. Please subscribe now if you haven't yet. Lots to come for my channel. Oh, I'm very, very pleased with everything everyone's been following. I know my channel's building slowly, but that's because it's I don't focus on love. I focus on an area that we need to focus on a little bit. This is backwards, getting into love a little bit backwards, working on yourselves and your life to get your love going, but more importantly, just getting your life together so you can be ready for your happiness. All right, Libra, you're just going to ask Spirit, what do my Libras need to focus on? What messages do they need from you? Please just, let's give it up for Libra. You be having nightmares, Libra. You're trying to hold a position, trying to defend yourself. You really feel alone in the world right now. You feel like it's you against the world, and it is creating a bit of a nightmare situation. You feel all the swords are pointed at you. Remember, swords are man-made energy, which means all those worries, it's really man-made. It's not really as true as those sleepless nights make them feel. I know it. I haven't been sleeping either. Six of Swords, this is getting away with help of someone else. A victory, but it's almost like a victorious escape. This could be the travel card, of course, a moving card. You might be trying to move somewhere else, but your swords are upright in this one, which means it should be a pleasant journey. Of course, this can be international travel. This card always does come up for that, but I rarely, I get that in my readings all the time, but I have not yet found anybody who actually does the international travel. But it's escaping with help. It's getting away from something with help. It's the theme of this week, absolutely, even without me trying, is Scorpio's Mercury retrograde and coming up upon us on Halloween. And the way that there's an unmasking, there's so much shadow involved in Scorpio, and under that full Aries full moon, there was an unmasking, a light onto that Scorpio. So this week is all about setting boundaries against those the people we're actually seeing the way they really are. And actually, some of those people are allies, and suddenly we find ourselves moving on to bigger and better things, away from the nightmares, even for you, my Libra. Okay, a little heartbreak, Three of Swords, and then the Judgment card. The Judgment card is finishing something up and dancing to the beat of your own drum. It is an ending that you aren't allowing, and for some reason it's because your heart's broken. It's the truth of the matter. It's, oh my gosh, I'm thinking of Tina Turner, What's Love Got to Do with It? You know, there's more to this than love. Even if you love somebody unconditionally, sometimes they can break you down. And this kind of feels like the denial of your own music, this heartbreak with somebody that was holding you away from your greatest self and your greatest growth, and or some kind of truth that's kind of pulling you away from that energy. So it's almost like you need to it's almost like needing to leave a love situation, or it's not necessarily love actually, but it's a situation where somebody's just withholding you from you. That's really kind of crazy, but yeah, you need to follow your own light. I feel a victory coming and then a rest. Okay. This is more like a result, the likely results of the energies that are hitting you this week, which is heartbreak and judgment. This is the heartbreak. And this heartbreak with judgment, it's heartbreak because somebody was keeping you from yourself, your actual self, the actual person you're growing into. and it's probably why you have the defenses up, because you feel a little challenged with yourself. And that's because you have some burdens that you're getting ready to light the way and move on. This Ten of Wands here, I love this card because she is actually using those burdens to light her way. And she's going to burn them down until she gets to where she needs to go. And you're going to do it quickly too. So this Ten of Wands tells me those burdens are over. You just really need to put them down. The worst has happened. Once you put those burdens down, you're going to get moving, and you're going to do it kind of fast, because I have the Chariot card here. The Chariot card is a win card, believe it or not. It is the first victory in the Tarot's Fool's Journey. It is, things start to get moving. You feel a little protected. You feel like you've had a win. You're able to control this machine, get it moving. It's really hard to stop a chariot, but once it gets going, a lot can happen. And you're moving towards unbelievable, putting down your swords and resting. This is just getting out of difficulty. You've decided that you're done with a little difficulty here, and you're going to leave those burdens behind. You're going to leave pretty quickly because you need that rest. You're done fighting. You don't want, it's like you want to like reload. To me, this is a reloading card. Like, you want to sharpen your sword, you want to take a nap, you want to, because the fours are resting cards, because 5 are change cards, are battle cards, movement cards. And this is preparing for a better battle almost. This is like getting completely healed up and completely restocked and resupplied inside and out for whatever comes next. And it's just life in general. But you want to do that without carrying these burdens. And you want to do that in a very fast chariot without those burdens. And you're making the moves to clear a path for yourself to move forward completely and entirely by the end of this week. You're beginning to consider what it's going to take for you to be able to engage in a battle, to engage in a 5, to engage in a movement of change of life. And change of life, for some reason, it made me think of menopause too, but that may not be it at all. What it is it's just a change. There's a bit of stagnancy here with the anxiety card, the nightmare card, and then this holding your position and desire to escape. But it's you just have to release a broken hearting situation where somebody's keeping you from yourself, and that's going to lead to you opening up the way for yourself to begin to prepare for life better. Just engage with life, actually do things, actually grow and change. The stagnancy that is caused, it's kind of caused by a person or an energy around you. I feel, because it's a heartbreak card, I do feel like it's a person, that there's just, with this card, I don't necessarily feel like there's no love there. I just feel like you know that it's not love. It's not good love. I don't know if that makes sense. You're like fully aware that you have emotion there. Let me get advice from Spirit. Oh, that's a good 4 cards, including this one. Yeah, 7 of Cups in reverse and 5 of Swords in reverse. All right. 7 of Cups in reverse to me is making a decision. It's like having all these options and finally narrowing them down to a single decision. And then this 5 of Swords is a battle card. It is being stuck in the energy of always, you made a bad choice. Let's just put it that way. You made a choice that led you to difficulty, that led you to fighting, that led you to losing your swords, losing your thoughts, getting a little crazy. This kind of messed with your head a little bit. Whatever choice you made, it wasn't the right one. And it's okay. You're not even burdened by it. Spirit says this isn't even the bad news. The bad news was you've been through that. I think you've been through the difficulty because you've obviously moved through the 10 of Wands, and it is in the upright, so you're going to move beyond that energy, especially with the Chariot card next to it. So you know you made a bad choice. You know that it's really driving you crazy. You know it's happening, but you need to solo up and take a little stock of what's going on. Spirit's like, you know you need to move on from this bad decision, create a cleaner system of life from that bad decision, like, you know, separating yourself from that bad decision, cleaning up the mess that it's made in your life, cutting off the people that are supporting that bad decision or encouraging that bad actions in your life. It has that feeling. It's not a feeling of, it's just not a feeling of it's just not a feeling of desperation and total sadness and dragging yourself across the floor in tears, you know, through your 5th box of tissues. No, this is like, not only is your heart accepting this, but your mind is accepting this, and your mind is accepting that you need some time alone. You need some time to build your garden alone. A lot of us got this card, and I've gotten this card before in terms of needing to figure out how to take care of yourself, like in a group, like all the signs almost got it one week, and it's happening again. But in this instance, it's more or less standing in your own power, standing in your own garden, in your own strength, but because you need to disconnect some energies that have really just lowered your storehouses, and you need to take stock, see what you got for yourself, because you're willing to move forward with the resources you have. Spirit just says, take a little moment to count your chickens, to see what resources you have, so that you can really move ahead. If that's what's going to, okay, I see, Spirit. That's what's going to make you hit the chariot instead of walking out of this in a terrible way. A lot of leaving cards, a lot of getting away cards here. And the only way it's going to happen is if you use all your resources inside and out and be resourceful. And it's best to take stock, especially if you're planning on going it alone. You're planning on just getting out of a situation that, yeah, it was a bad choice. You know it's a bad choice, Libra. It's not like I'm telling you anything. You don't already know. And you just, it's like making that U-turn. I got to flip a U-turn because that's not working out. 4 of Diamonds, another rest card. It's also building up resources. Sometimes it's withholding love. And it's withholding. And Spirit wants you to cut off something. Let's see. Oh, Spirit wants you to cut off a broken heart. That's the 3 of Swords that I just dropped. Hold on a moment. All right, yeah, it's a 3 of Swords. Okay, you need to build up some resources because of this. Don't make any offers. 9 of Swords is the removing what no longer serves you card. Removing the heartbreak. You're not removing a person, you're removing a person that causes you heartbreak. Remember that, because people think it's very cruel to remove people from your life. But as you know, King of Wands, as you know, removing people from your life sometimes is the only way to be happy. King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, possibly in your energy. Maybe focus on some kingdom building here. Let's see what we got with this King of Wands. It is the celebration card. Somebody here understands you. This is really coming in for everybody too. This is your friend. This is somebody who is going to nurture you into happiness. This isn't somebody you're going to marry. This is a reason to celebrate. Is the 4 card, and it is the moon card. This is somebody perhaps you spoke to over the full moon or in the days around the full moon that coming back into your life because you need them. And they, believe it or not, they heard you. They heard your broken heart. They did. A new beginning, upside down, because yeah, you're starting out with a broken heart. You're starting out a little fuzzy. Another new beginning in reverse. This is a sword card. You're working with some, I know you're working with some difficult information. The Ace of Swords in reverse is more of a painful information, less inspiring. You're not really inspired to move forward. You're still kind of tearful and brokenhearted. The angels are around you. I just got 1333 in the time. 333 is the angel card. You will get a wish come true. This is a wish come true, especially in love, but most of all, it is a love situation that has come into some kind of physical completion. It's probably a breakup, my loves. But sometimes when you go through a breakup, you realize who your friends are, and you realize what you have. You're more gracious, more grateful for what you have around you as opposed to what you were trying to bring in towards you. It feels more like that. Jack of Air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. That is you feeling young. You feel a little bit like a noob. And it's because this week you're going to feel a lot like a noob. I'm sorry. It's because you have so many new starts. But a fresh heart. So it's not the worst thing in the world. It does feel like you're restarting. It does not feel good to start over. It doesn't. In anything. But this is just, I made a bad mistake. I'm cleaning it up. I'm moving forward. It's a bit heavy, but you're cutting out those energies so you can walk more freely. Even though this is in reverse, it's a little uninspiring of an Ace of Clovers in reverse. it's still a new start. And the only reason it's in reverse is because you know you're cleaning up a bit of a mess. But it does mean your hands are free. It does mean you're going to be able to remove what no longer serves you. A lot of nines here, 2 nines here, that basically says physical completion. 5 of Wands, this is going to be a change, a spiritual change. You are going to come out on top of this. It's a bit of a spiritual battle, and that's mostly because the decisions you've made here are not so physical. This is not like you're going to have to move, or you're going to have to switch a job, or, you know, you're getting a divorce and you're going to have to worry about alimony. This is more, even if those are the situations, this is more of a spiritual change. This is more of you making spiritual space in your life, a spiritual change of growth, a spiritual happening, a spiritual movement. And this is really, this is you deciding that there's a certain person or people in your life, there's a certain element of heartbreak that you shouldn't have to tolerate, and moreover, why? You're just going to walk away. That's often these cards, it's just about like, I'm going to leave you guys to battle your own selves and move on to better things. There's no reason for me to sit here and fight with you. Absolutely lovely decision, my Libras. All right, Libra, thank you for sharing your energy with me. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, tip, or donate. Contact me for a personal reading or to connect with me personally. My link is in the below. All the information is in below. My email, my PayPal link, whatever's. All right, my loves, have a very good week. It's very empowering for you. You should do quite well. Thank you, my lovelies.